All right, good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I just wanted to give you my hypothesis as to why I think the stock market is going to be prone to see, it's going to be more likely for it to fall down even further than it already is. It just makes sense why it shouldn't, why it should, excuse me, because lately, I've been analyzing the charts, and because I said so, I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, based off my analysis, we have a market structure shift from this low. Once market broke through this low, we had a shift in market structure. I leave it here in question marks because it's a super long-term perspective from this, and what we saw coming afterwards was this consolidation, right? That it was very hard to trade into in the beginning of 2026, hence January, right? We were getting slacked back and forth. It was a really hard time to enter. But notice what happened once we peaked over here on the end of January. We dipped into this buy side liquidity here, which is also inside of this little mini mitigation block. Didn't quite reach the medium threshold of it. We were also analyzing this on the weekly time frame, and it had a wick, premium wick here that we were seeing price not wanting to challenge this big wick up here, reached to like maybe half of it, but it still ended up wicking down there. So that in itself is a telltale sign of weakness. And then of upside the raises, right? So in a sense, we have this super duper long term market maker sell model from this low to high and now lower low. Did we break that low? No, we didn't. So there is still some remaining sell side liquidity here on this low and on this low for it to continue to go down further. And how low can it go? Well, I mean, listen, this is a super duper higher time frame perspective, right? Any kind of entity can come through and things can change at any time. So we have that going in here. So I just have that here for the long term perspective. Moving on here, why did we get this reaction like this? Well, if we go back into the higher time frame, as we saw here today on 9:30, we had this big, huge wick that tapped the premium side of this failure swing low. So it's the mitigation block, right? And then it wicked up above it, sold aggressively. If we go to the higher time frame perspective, where did I have it? Where did I have you? I believe I had you here. See this? From this volume imbalance to this volume imbalance, this is that suspension block that that has been looked at, right? Because I'm playing here with this setting, and you may not have seen it if your charts were set like this, but if you toggle the set button on the bottom right of your trading view platform, you see this suspension block here. So the price action that's going to occur here is going to be very interesting. Check this out. So again, this red block represents that suspension block that we saw here, volume imbalance to volume imbalance. So on the short time frame, I want to see hints of a market maker sell model be manifested, and I believe we did. We had that consolidation, expansion, return to consolidation, for, first stage accumulation, second stage, and then boom, we had this big displacement here that occurred just inside of this suspension block, right? Price was trading the rest of the afternoon. Notice how it took the New York PMs, London session highs, and then it displays down lower even more. All right, so this gives me hints that perhaps we might be seeking to look down below this sell side liquidity. Today, however, we had this new stretch from this high to this low. So this whole range these is where we can perhaps see the second stage reaccumulation, the unicorn model, if you will, to essentially meet sell side. So this was the day or break, the day to make it or break it. And from the looks of it, I had this point of interest here, the sell side liquidity, that was composed of the weekly low, daily low, certain units open floats low. So it was just a very high sensitive level. And again, it was 2444.88. You round that to an institutional level, that is a 424,500. You could have rounded up 24,500 for a flat number, or I could have gone down to an 80 level. So let's say 25 or 80, right there, more or less. The close of this candle comes up to 24,478, so just a little bit up below the 80 level. Very important level, by the way. Price then turtle soups it and then expands up higher. Now I thought on the shorter time frame we were going to see something like a market maker buy model, and I was ideally looking at these liquidity relative equal highs, high, lower high, this area to be explored into today. If we were going to continue to go up bullish, that's what you see my market maker buy model kind of like curve show up here to give me that hint. But no, instead it used that range that I highlighted earlier, high to low. Where's OTE? And we're going to continue that lower, right? You want to see a reactive OTE level, and it's right here, 24,743. That's the high. The high of this morning's candle went up to 24,745.6. So that's a two-handle difference, albeit a very accurate. And we go down to here. In the mornings, I was seeing this inversion fair value gap, right, that occurred down here. Once price dipped into that high sensitive level, I was looking at this right here. Where is my, there we go, my drawn level. So here as my inversion fair value gap, because this was the SIBI that was created as we dipped down lower. Then we had this huge displacement upwards. Price used it as support. Nice entry. Boom, displaced up higher. But we had some relative equal highs here and possibly up here. But notice this, as price was exploring upwards, we wicked up to the 62%. We didn't engage this buy side. We did engage this though. This was nice, the Asian highs. And then what happened? Immediately sold down lower because we're still exploring this huge time frame. Swing high and now swing low. Trade up above it. OTE, boom, sell. Higher time frame, market maker sell model. Now, where do I predict price will go? Eventually, I would like to see it head down here to 24, 150. 24, 150. Or what is that? Oh no, this is, oops. Let's take a look at the better perspective here. Excuse me. So for futures, I would anticipate seeing it reach this low, which is the 24,238. So we'll round that up, 24,250 level, right there. 24,250 level is where I predict will eventually end up going lower. So that's my prediction for today. Let me know what you guys think, and have a good one. Be safe.